Welcome to a brand new EDH deck tech featuring Esika, God of the Tree, but more importantly her back face, the Prismatic Bridge. The front side of our commander is a harmless 3-cost mana door, however the back side is a bridge leading directly to the almighty Cultivator Colossus, which is the cornerstone of this deck. To start off, we need to cast the Prismatic Bridge for Wooburg and wait until our next upkeep to put the Colossus into play, as he is the only creature in the entire deck. There are many ways to win after resolving your Colossus trigger. The first one is via Valakut, the Molten Pinnacle, dealing 3 damage for each mountain that enters after it, as long as you control 5 other mountains. With the help of Vesuva copying our Valakut, we can deal up to 108 damage to our opponents. Now of course, this is just a bit short of taking out all 3 of them, so we have some backup ways to deal the last points of damage. If you have not played your land for turn yet, you're able to return your Hanweir Battlements to your hand with Gruul Turf, and generate 1 red when Crumbling Vestige enters the battlefield. In this scenario, you play Hanweir Battlements as your land for turn, and use the floating red mana to activate its ability and give our 91/91 Colossus Trample, thus making it able to kill off the last surviving player. That won't be enough due to opponents having too much life or some sort of Hexproof effect. We do have a plan B. In this scenario, we use Vesuva to copy Crumbling Vestige to make 2 red mana and cast Final Fortune. What are we going to do with that turn, you may ask? Well, that's where Field of the Dead and Maze's End come in. Field of the Dead adds damage in the form of 2/2 zombies along with Valakut and the Colossus, whereas Maze's End straight up wins us the game with the other 10 gates in our deck. Alongside all of the previously mentioned cards, we have 5 polymorph effects, which all swap one of our creatures in play with a random one from our deck. But since we only have 1 creature in the deck, we will always be able to hit the Cultivator Colossus. To get a polymorph target, we can either use the front side of our commander, or we can make a token with either Kirkeep, Field of the Dead while having 7 different lands in play, or we can fetch Dwarven Mine while we control at least 3 other mountains. For that reason, and to utilize Valakut, we run a total of 23 mountains, 3 of which are basics. This deck also runs a total of 16 fetch lands, 5 of which enter tapped, all of the Shock and True Dual lands, all of the 5 color lands, the Siege Who Shelters All, Teleria West, and for ramp we have 5 storage lands, 5 tricolor sack lands, Gemstone Caverns, and Croson Verge. While Colossusing, hold your mountains in your hand until you're able to assemble Valakut plus Vesuva for maximum damage. Think about which land you want to copy with Vesuva depending on the board state and the life totals of your opponents. If you have a storage land, put a storage counter on it on turns 2 and 3 to be able to cast the Prismatic Bridge on turn 4. Try and play out your mountains first and save your red fetch lands for Dwarven Mine. You can replace almost everything in the deck with cheaper alternatives, but it will make the deck a bit slower and less consistent. Thanks everyone for watching the video. If you liked it, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to see more videos like this one in the future. See you all next time.